was good too, and it's and I'm explaining why Devin Harris is the most underrated player in NBA history. So who is Devin Harris? If you don't know who he is, um, and I don't blame you if you know who he is because he's really underrated and like people always hate to talk about him, but I'm one of those people that really fight for the solid players, that fight for the rights for solid players, like players like Frank Kaminsky, Devin Harris, and um, you know, what I'm saying, yeah, Alex Abrinas, another one of those guys that just are very solid, but like Alex Abrinas had a fall off, so you know what I'm saying, but Christian Kusta Kofis, I think that's how you say his name. He's also one of those great players that cause just you know what you want from him, and he'll give it to you. And yeah, and yeah, Reggie Jackson, forget it. Okay, so Devin Harris is a American basketball player that has played for the Brooklyn Nets, Utah Jazz, um, Atlanta Hawk, Denver Nuggets, the Dallas Mavericks, and then he came from the University of Wisconsin, and he's known as one of the best players to come out of that college. It's such a small college, and from he came from Topeka, Florida, and he's like in the Basketball Hall of Fame for that high school, and he's done so much for them, and yeah. So why is he underrated? Um, his career stats are 10 point 10 10.8 points per game. He average he averages 9 assists and then he averaged 2.2 rebounds. Um, he's underrated. He okay. Let me tell you this thing. When have you actually heard anyone say "Hey, Devin Harris"? Like, when have you heard anyone talk about Devin Harris? Never. Exactly. Probably didn't even know who it was. He averaged. He got. He averaged 21.3 points. And the New Jersey Nets were the second seed that season. He led them to the second seed. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Like, this is what I'm saying. I don't know why great solid players like this always get underrated. It just gets me mad because there was there's so much more players that are just are praised way more even though they have done much less. Like I don't wanna start any controversy, but Luka Doncic, in my opinion, he's just a borderline all star. Like he's done. Never mind. I don't want to get in that conversation. But um, yeah, he's underrated because no one talks about him. He's so solid of a player since the 2000s, and any team, listen, any team that needs, they don't even need it, but any team that could use a quality point guard, Devin Harris. That's facts. Tell me that's not true. Any any team trying to compete for a playoff spot, Devin Harris. Devin Harris, because he'll just bring you great defense, great playmaking. He could take you off the bounce. Well, in the beginning of his career, he wasn't really a great shooter, but I feel like he definitely improved. In this season, he barely averaged. I mean, no, he did good, but yeah, I'm so mad that he's not on an NBA team because he could make such a big impact. Like you see these playoffs that a lot of teams are missing things. Like especially the Lakers, who they could have used that one veteran player to put those young guys in their place and really teach them the X's and O's and the plays and all that. So I really think if Devin Harris, he didn't even have to play. This is what I'm saying. Any team could use him. It whether it's with mentoring the young guys, um, giving quality backup point guard minutes. Great role player. Just facts. And I always wondered why people don't talk about him as much. I just never understood that. He's the name Devin Harris has just flew over everyone's head, and that's what I just don't. That's what just I don't. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not. I'm not a fan of that. But yeah, but like I'm not a fan of that. I don't know why people would never talk about him. He was such a great role player, and he's yeah. That's one thing I can say. He is the definition of solid. Tell me he's not solid. Like he's one of the most solid players. Like bro, you don't know what he's like. He's such a great backup point guard. He can, he doesn't have any holes in his game really. He's just solid all around and doesn't really excel at one thing, but he's great all around. Like he can, if you really want, he can be like a spot up shooter now since he's really improved his 3 point percentage throughout. Now his last season he averaged 41%, and yeah, he could just be a great mentor. Like I said, he could just be a great mentor for the young guys and he'll just yeah. He's getting on the older side, but this is what I'm saying. He could do so many things. I don't think age would be that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just a great player. And subscribe if you guys want. I'll do more I do more of these videos on other players. I'll do more of these like whether they're overrated, underrated, or like you just want me to educate you on certain players. That's great. So I'll definitely do that. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. So yeah. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.